project images onto white backdrops. Just for a moment, imagine what that must have been like. You're sitting in a dark tent when suddenly a white backdrop is illuminated. Then a single image appears. Then when seen in the right order, in the right light, and at the right speed, those images seem to come to life to create a magical new world.
That's how they work. That's how that works. Talking about everything. That's how that works.
On this very location for over 100 years. And in that time, we have turned out some of the most memorable film moments in the history of Hollywood.
Hold on to your butts.
From the very beginning, the basic concept behind the filmmaking process has remained the same, and that is to make the audience believe that everything that they see is real.
That's right, and today's filmmakers have more tools at their disposal than ever before. High-tech cameras, super fast computers, but they still rely on a category of effects so distinctive that they're known as special.
Special, that's right. And the earliest kind of special effects, called practical effects, are done right on set, directly in front of the camera. Our first example of practical effects, models. Universal's 1933 film The Mummy made extensive use of miniature effects, including some pretty awesome scale models like the ones you see in this title sequence. And we know that that pyramid is a model because the real ones don't say The Mummy on the back of them. Universal relaunched the Mummy franchise a couple of times now. That Sphinx up there is from the 1999 version. It's also this awesome model that you see right here. This is the actual model used in the making of that motion picture. And the attention to detail is absolutely stunning. I think that Eric would agree, models, still a pretty cool way to fool the camera.
Absolutely. Another filmmaking technique that fools the camera is the glass mat. In the terrifying film The Birds, the brilliant Alfred Hitchcock had matte paintings created to achieve the eerie look that he wanted for the town of Bodega Bay. Take a look. In this literal bird's eye view of the town, only the parking lot and the fire are real. Everything else was hand-painted onto a single sheet of glass and then dropped in front of the lens. And then finally, footage of the birds was incorporated to help complete the look. Very cool stuff.
Wow, that is spectacular. So what do you think, Eric? We've already shown them two different kinds of practical effects. They've seen models,
right,
and now the glass mat.
Sure, but there's a third example that involves props and performers. Practical stunts!
Did someone say stunts?
Yeah, give it up for the Special Effects Show Stunt Department!
That is so crazy! Chris comes rappelling down over there.
Yeah!
Justin flies in from the ceiling over there. I'm a little bit jealous. How come we don't get a big fancy entrance like that?
Because we get to wear fancy pants. Now, you may not recognize their faces, but you've definitely seen their work in some of your favorite TV shows and movies, sometimes as doubles for some of your favorite stars. So let's meet them. Over here we have Hightown Joe. This is Chris Giacomazzi, and our stunt coordinator, Mr. Justin Shavers. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. Now, Justin, is it fair to say that most actors prefer to have a stunt double when it comes to a fight scene?
Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Actors don't like getting kicked in the face.
kicked in the face.
Like this.
Oh! Is he okay? Oh yeah, he's fine. Well, let's get set up. When it comes to staging a fight, the art of illusion is very important. You want the moves to look as realistic as possible to fool the camera without anyone getting hurt. It's up to these guys to make it look believable. Let me set the scene. Exterior, dark alley, dead of night. A couple of nefarious characters are lingering about. Ready, and action!
Hold still, man! Hey! Come on! Stay down! Back here! Come on! Cut! Down! Down!
Needless to say, this is not the type of thing that any of our friends out there should try at home. Nice work. We'll see them again later on. Now, you hear all the sound effects that were added to that scene? The dynamic punches, the dumpster hits. Greg, what's the term for adding sound effects to film?
It's called Foley. Now, you guys may have heard of the term Foley before, yeah? Well, do you know of its origins? This guy right here, Jack Foley, he did a lot of things. Well, there he is. Jack did a lot of things in Hollywood, too. He was a writer, a director. He even worked as a stunt double for a while. But when he began to create sound effects for Universal way back in the 1920s, he really started making a name for himself. For over 30 years, Jack Foley worked on Soundstage 10. That's right here on the Universal lot. Using a process called direct-to-picture, Jack and his crew would record all of the sound effects that they needed directly to the finished film in one take. And the synchronization had to be spot-on perfect because back then, one mistake meant starting all over again from the very beginning. But to help demonstrate what that process might be like, let's welcome our first volunteers!
That's right, joining us all the way from Washington, it's the Hernandez family!
The Hernandez family! And my understanding is that they're actually having a family reunion, so I think there are like 18 people here. Where are the Hernandez? There they are. Well, they're out there. Well, the Hernandez family is going to help demonstrate how all of the items strewn across this table can be repurposed to sound like something completely different than you might imagine. For example, this old discarded plastic water bottle can be used to simulate the sound of bones breaking. Check this out. I'm okay. That's a fun one for the kids to try at home. Let's take a look at the footage of these guys get to Foley. On one half of your side screens, you'll see a scene from Identity Thief, starring Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman. And on the other half, you'll witness Universal's very own professional Foley artist, hard at work.
Now, I have a plan.
Piece of cake, right? Well, they make it look pretty easy. Let's take a look at the sound-making instruments that the Hernandez family gets to work with. You have the classic crash box. That's going to come in handy when they slam into the bookshelf and tumble over the couch. We've got shoes on sticks for all the running, rolled up magazines for when the bodies hit the floor, a boxing mitt for the punch and the slaps to the face, and you've got double duty down here. This, of course, is a cowbell for when he throws that panini maker at her, and get this. These are handcuffs. These are going to be used to simulate the sound of handcuffs. So good luck with that one. You guys all set? Have a lot of fun, make a lot of noise, keep your eye on the screen right here. I know that our booth is ready, so let's roll sound, speed, and action. stage and we'll take a look at the masterpiece that you guys have created. Now, you guys may have noticed that last take sounded a little bit quiet. We're going to add back in the actor's dialogue, the musical underscore, and of course the brilliant Foley track that the Hernandez family just created. Check out your side screens. Watch and listen.
Get over here and give me your wrists. Okay? Oh, I have a plan.
You're done?
¿Cómo la regaron?
Like a girl standing Ow!
Brilliant!
There we go. Wonderful job. Identity Thief is great Universal comedy, and Universal's made great movies in every single genre. But we've really left our mark over the decades by turning out some of the industry's most terrifying thriller and horror films. Take a look.